back to Survive This Crit. We're the podcast that takes our favorite horror movies and turns them into RPGs to see if we can survive that horror movie. This two-part RPG special, we are bringing you the 2023 slasher directed by Eli Roth, Thanksgiving. DM'd and written by our lovely co-host, Nick. So, Nick, what are we coming in for today?
We're coming in for one of the most dreaded and most anxiety-filling experiences that every, red-blooded American must go through every year.
So it's a traditional Thanksgiving dinner is what we're going into.
Exactly. So my questions for you both then are you going to be ready for this?
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, every time I think I'm ready for one of yours that you DM, and then I have proved myself woefully wrong every time. So I have my character sheet as ready as she can be. Agent Kylie is hot to go, as Chapel Roan would say.
And Agent Joshua is hot to go as well.
I can clearly see that. All right. Cool. So, just for anyone who is listening for the first time, as Kylie said, I will be your dungeon master, Nick DiPinto. And with us today, so we have Kylie. Kylie, would you like to explain your character a little bit?
Yes, for audience members who do not know, I'm Agent Kylie. I've been part of the DEAD, I always forget this acronym.
Worst agent ever.
You know what? I'm good at killing things. My job is to kill things. I need to clarify. I'm not in the admin office. As an agent of dead, I was recruited as a child. I've been a part of the agency for over 10 years, and I specialize in paranormal activity. As I've mentioned on previous RPG episodes, I've been dead once, insane twice, so any adventure with me can leave my team members and I going into no good, basically. I will say, as a DEAD agent, as part of my annual check-in with Big Chief Mac Macabre, I did say my goal this year was to keep more of our trainees alive and safe with me. Because I have noticed a trend that the people I'm fighting with do not tend to make it out very well, or they tend to have to save my life. So
this is
it
me
was
still
something
being
that
bitter
was
from the last one. If you want to know what happened,
be
sure,
to our
listeners,
Halloween
to listen.
special. You have to tune into it because there is a very bitter bug over here over the results of our Halloween RPG. So, as Agent Kylie is level 4 human, I'm a ranger cleric. So, as part of one of my mini spells of going insane, I realized that probably getting closer to the Lord would be important. So, as a practicing cleric now, I have spells and access to divinity that I did not have before. So, which has made a big difference in some of our previous RPGs. Undoubtedly has been the only reason that I've survived with my trusty holy machete that I now have.
And then also with us today as our special guest is Kylie's lovely husband, Josh. Josh, would you like to explain your character?
Sure thing. I'll be playing as Agent Joshua, and I am a level 4 human warlock. So I also have a little bit of understanding in wizardry, so I may throw a couple spells around too. We'll see.
Well, I'm going to watch out for those spells, man. I'm waiting. If I say you start throwing spells, I'm raising the difficulty on this. I'm ready.
And for our listeners too, when we do spells, typically we try to convert them into DEAD applicable weaponry, essentially. Like if I'm going to cast Sacred Flame, it'll be in the form of a flamethrower. So if we are casting around lingo like that, that's why. But we will say what the spell is in addition to what the DEAD equivalent is for sake of clarity.
And I like to keep it easy, so my Eldritch Blast is my Eldritch Blaster, standard issue.
Let's go flying with that thing.
Okay. Well, I think we're ready,
Cool,
Nick,
cool.
if you're ready.
Oh, I'm totally ready. So, shall we begin then? Embarking on a tale of turkey, terror, amazing deals that will blow your head off.
Seems like you watched this movie. That's great.
Getting into it. Today is a holy day. The day of Thanksgiving. A holiday you cherish for the food, festivities, and family togetherness. This year, Kylie and Josh, your family has decided to celebrate in Plymouth, Massachusetts, a town where Thanksgiving is held near and dear to the hearts of its citizens because of the rich history that can be traced back to the original pilgrims who founded the first colonies there after traveling across the dangerous Atlantic on that Mayflower. So, you arrive in the town early on in the day, and we happen to be meeting Kylie's parents. They are staying at
This
an
time my mom is
Airbnb.
not possessed though, right?
Yes. We should bring that up, actually. So this is not the first Thanksgiving-themed campaign that we are doing this year. It just happens to be a good vehicle for bringing Kylie and Josh together for some reason.
If you have not listened to our Conjuring RPG, definitely make sure to check that out because there was possession and Thanksgiving. What more could you want out of an RPG?
Okay, so going back into it. You arrive in the town, you meet your parents, your siblings, you finally sit down to enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner. Suddenly, Kylie, your dad takes a stand, taps his glass, and he goes, I would just like to make a quick toast. I would like to thank everyone for making it out here to celebrate, and I would just like to express my excitement, not just for this holiday, but for that upcoming and amazing Black Friday sale at RightMart. Not only can we get the best deals on some of our many special food items that we need, but also for the new Nexabyte 2025 only computer with the graphics card capable of properly running FIFA 25, the soccer video game where my star daughter, Corey, will be on. Graphics card that could run with a 85 FPS. Graphics so good that slide tackle looks like the grass is really coming at you.
Cheers, I guess.
After the meal, Kylie's family decides that they need to be in a rush and get out the door to get in on that 80% off deal on that new computer bundled with the video game, FIFA 25.
Oh my gosh.
So, Kylie, leaving dinner is your father, your mother, Corey, and Elise, and Claire. They have all left, and now it's just you.
Can I make a note to the DM real quick? I have, because this is in real life as well, I have Corey's location on my phone. This is an important note for the DM in case we lose track of them.
Okay. All right. So you two have decided to stay behind with Josh's family and just continue to enjoy the festivities. Sit down, have a little coffee, a little pumpkin pie. Maybe
play
watch something on
TV. Game of Settlers of Catan.
Yes, a game that will ultimately end in broken family bonds. But it's okay. It's through the brokenness. Those bonds will only become stronger as they are repaired. And you're all sitting in the living room together just enjoying a nice game when suddenly a news report flashes on the TV. Breaking news in Plymouth. We take you now to our reporter on the streets, Casey Hernandez, who's here telling us about a riot that has broken out at RightMart. Thank you, Jeff Gibbons. Casey Hernandez here with the big news on the scene. Just want to let you all know that a huge riot has broken out at RightMart as crowds have pushed and shoved and even trampled over innocent workers. It is a terrifying thing here. I just want to say to anyone out there, if you have family, they might be in danger. You might want to pray to your God.
Immediately look up my sister's location to see if they're still at RightMart.
And for now, you see that they are. And while that's happening, Casey on the screen goes, so we're only 30 minutes away from when RightMart is supposed to open the doors, and already crowds are going nuts.
Hey, Kylie, maybe you should call your parents.
Yep. I was just thinking that. So I'm gonna go ahead and ring my mom because she usually has her phone on her and closer to her. So based on the location that I have on my phone of Corey, I know that they're there. So I give my mom a quick call. Bring, bring.
Okay.
Okay.
Your mom picks up the phone. Oh, Kylie, sweetie. Good to hear from you. What's going on?
I just wanted to check in. It seems like there is a lot of pushing and shoving and potential violence going on over there. Are you guys going to be okay? Are you sure you don't want to wait and just order things online?
And as you're talking, you can hear loud voices in the background. You can hear people shouting and going crazy. And she just goes, well, you know your father. He can't resist a good deal. 80% off on a brand new computer. Even I can't say no to that.
Would you like us to join you?
We'd love that. We'd love to have you both there if you're willing.
We'll see you in 20. So I gently hang up and I pull Joshua aside so it's just the two of us, away from the Catan bloodbath that we've left behind. Say, okay, I have a bad feeling that this is gonna need crowd control.
Well, that's why I brought my Eldritch Blaster, so let's head on out.
You're hoping for a safe vacation, free from any danger of paranormal stuff. Lo and behold, danger found you.
Welcome to Dead, where danger always finds you. So I do grab from beside my bedside of the Airbnb we're staying in, I grab my machete, I tuck it into my back where I have a sheath on my back so I can just pull it out. And I grab my pistol, make sure it's loaded.
Oh my
and
god.
Put it in my conceal carry on my hip. Joshua and I are driving over together.
All right, RightMart from where you're at is about a 15-mile drive. We'll say you guys get there with 5 minutes to spare. You're driving. Okay, Josh, you go ahead, and since the car itself is like a steel beast that must be handled properly and communicated with and handled with perfect care, we're going to say this is an animal handling roll.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Make an animal
It's a
handling roll
17.
check right now. A 17? Okay, you get there with 5 minutes to spare, and you do a perfect peel, and just as you're going, man, if we could just have some music in the background, you drift, and as you drift, your car just slides into a parking spot.
Nice.
In fact, it's the last parking spot.
Nice.
There's a sea of people as you exit the car, and there's just, like, there's already people kind of grouped up right around your car. You guys, as you exit, are in the back of the crowd.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check to see where the crowd is as a whole, you know, considering crowd mentality and all that? Like, are they about to break? Like, I heard mentions of rioting. Do I see a lot of rioting? How violent is this crowd?
Okay, go ahead and
Great
roll for
question.
perception.
All right, that's a 17 again.
Ooh, good rolls, good rolls. Okay. You can definitely see people are getting crazy. Like, no one has outright broken into a fight yet, but everyone is on edge, looking like they're ready to throw hands as soon as the moment calls for it.
Could I roll investigation to see if there's another entrance that is not the main entrance?
Go ahead. Let's see. Roll for investigation.
That was a 7.
No, you do not see. Your vision is just obscured by the large mass of people in front of you.
Would I need to roll again to try to see if I can find my family?
I will allow you another roll to see if you can find your family, since the first one was for finding a doorway. Like
22.
20? Okay, then there you go. Kylie, you are in luck, because turns out everyone in Massachusetts just happens to be just a little bit shorter than your dad. So he sticks out just like a sore thumb with his Washington Huskies hat on, and your mom's vibrantly colored auburn hair also sticks out as well, because apparently she's the only one in the crowd with auburn hair.
Okay, cool. So I beeline over to them, gently elbowing people out of my way with my little 5'4" body.
Okay, you're going to have to you can choose to either make an athletics check or make a persuasion check to make your way through the
Can
crowd.
I do
Both of you.
Okay, athletics
All right,
would be
I'll
my
do
preference.
athletics.
Could acrobatics be an option?
Are you going to jump over these people? Your family's a good 7 feet away.
I did an athletics check and I got an 8.
You start pushing through the crowd, and the crowd pushes back. This one was like, "Hey, you gotta wait your turn! Wait your turn like everyone else! I know what you want! You want the Ninja Creamy! You know what? I'm getting the Ninja Creamy! 90% off!
I want to do
That's
an
mine.
intimidation check against this person.
Well, I got a
Okay.
22 athletics. Can I not
Oh,
just
okay.
like athletically shove my way in front? And
Yeah, so Josh,
Okay.
you succeed in pushing your way through the crowd. In fact, the guy who was just, yelling at Kylie looks at you and goes, "Please, go on. Sir, please proceed."
Can I bring Kylie behind me? I'm making sure that she's behind me. I'm not going without her.
You're going to have to convince this guy to allow it. And
Yeah,
Kylie,
I'm
you can
like
also
nose to
go ahead
nose.
with your
I'm ready to
intimidation
fight with
check.
him. Like my 5'4" little body is ready to fight him.
Go ahead and make your persuasion check, and Kylie, you can assist with your intimidation check.
I got a 19 on intimidation.
Okay. Josh, what'd you get on
I got a
persuasion?
7.
7. All right, so the guy looks at you and goes, "Look, bro, I was just going to let you pass, but look, if you got to bring your old lady with you," and then he looks over at Kylie, and Kylie, you give us your best glare right now. What you got? Whoa, lady. All right. You know what? Go on through. You know what? There's plenty of Ninja Creamies to go around. Kylie, you're just giving everyone the glare. Josh, your athleticism is allowing you to overpower anyone getting in your way. Combined forces, you easily make it through to your family, and you find Kylie's mom and dad, but no sisters to be seen.
Go figure.
Of course, because that makes the most sense. Could I do?
Your mom looks at you and goes, "Kylie, Josh, you guys made it. I'm so glad. So glad you guys are here now. You get to help us out. I'm sure there'll be something really great for both of you, too."
Well, they don't know a lot of what we want because they don't know what we do for our jobs. So they don't know that we're actually here to protect them. Can I do another investigation roll to see if I can find another exit now that we're closer, another entrance into the store that is maybe quieter and more secluded?
Okay. Both of you give an investigation check.
Okay. That's a 22.
And Josh, what would you roll?
I got a critical failure, so I'm
Okay.
distracted by something. I think I don't know.
And you can see just past the 2 security guards that are outside, guarding the entrance, is Claire, Elise, and Corey. Giggling, laughing, look like they're having the best time of their lives, and just kind of sneaking in through the employee entrance in the back.
Okay, so I gently grab my mom and dad by the hand. Is Joshua close enough to me that I can signal to him I'm walking away?
Joshua is right near you. He just happens to be involved
Okay,
in
so
another very serious matter that is going on in front of him.
I type out a quick text for him to look at once he's not distracted, and saying heading to the east entrance, and I grab my parents and we head over toward Corey, Claire, and Elise.
Okay.
I'm following suit. I'm just making sure that the fight doesn't involve Kylie or her parents.
Okay. So, as you try to leave Josh, the fight sort of makes its way towards you. The two guys are fighting, throwing
Right,
hands
I make
at
an
each other.
unarmed. I make an unarmed strike.
Okay, so we'll say it goes down like this. The two football players are about to square off. One throws a punch, ducks. The punch goes towards you, but you happen to get out of the way and you clock him straight in the face. And the guy kind of rubs his nose. He's like, "Bro, what was that for?"
Settle down. I don't want to see you guys fighting again.
Roll for intimidation. Roll for parental authority.
All right, that's a dirty 20.
30-20, okay. These guys look at you and they're like, "All right, sir. Okay. We'll leave you alone. Our bad."
All right, and then I join Kylie and her parents.
So, you guys again are making your way, navigating through the crowd, and you happen to make it towards the front. At this point, I'm going to need you both to make a stealth check to see if you can make it past the guards into the employee entrance.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9? Okay. Josh, what's your stealth check?
I rolled a dirty 20.
All right, so the security guard stops you, Kylie, specifically.
I'll tell Joshua, just go on ahead. Get them to safety.
And the security guard looks at you and was like, ma'am, who are you talking to? Excuse me, miss, you can't go this way. Also, who are you talking to?
My inner demons.
He looks at you and is like, all right, crazy lady. Gosh. Well, look,
Yeah,
I don't care how crazy you are. You can't just make your way through this crowd. Look, I am the law here. And the only thing between law and chaos here is me. And I will make sure that law wins every time.
Okay, so I'm thinking of taking possibly a different tactic here. If assuming that Joshua is bringing my family to safety, I'm considering charisma.
I'll allow it, but first, Josh, you tell me. You have successfully snuck past the guard with Matt and Tracy. What's your next course of action?
To get to the sisters so that not only I, but also Kylie's parents can convince the rest of the sisters that we need to grab whatever Matt needs and immediately leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you make your way through the employee entrance towards the back, successfully undetected. And as you make your way through the entrance, now you're in the stock room that's in the back. You just see all these supplies of like goods and things kind of piled up, but they're all in boxes, tightly bound and whatnot. So you can't make out any clear goods of any kind. They're all packaging boxes at this point. So go ahead and roll really quick for perception.
Okay. It's 19.
And you can hear, in classic Corey fashion, a very loud laugh going on through the entrance to the actual store.
I yell at her, Corey, get over here.
She doesn't hear you.
I yell louder.
You can't be heard. Your booming masculine voice cannot be heard over the shriek of this laugh that is going on.
Okay. So I
unmatched.
grab Kylie's parents and I bring them over to Corey.
Okay, you make your way through the entrance, and you see Corey and Elise kind of like messing around with stuff on the shelves. They can clearly be seen by people at the front of that crowd in the parking lot. And they're just like tossing boxes at each other like, isn't this fun? And there's Claire. She's like, guys, I don't think you should be doing this. Listen, we could get in real trouble right now. Look, I know I was really good at convincing the guard to let us through, with my natural charismatic self. But look, this is a little much, guys, okay? Let's get your discounted soccer gear, Corey, and let's just get out of here.
So at this point, I want to tell Kylie's mom, like, hey, look at them acting like a bunch of goons in front of these customers who haven't been let in yet. This is not smart. Just so that, she can unleash her wrath.
And as you say that, a RightMart employee happens to walk up and be like, hey, what are you guys doing back here? How'd you get in? Don't you know that you have to come in like everyone else through the front entrance? And don't you see we have this wild crowd going on? What are you even thinking right now? Come on. And as he says that, we're going to cut back to Kylie really quick. Kylie, what are you going to do? You said you were going to do something to the security guard?
Yeah. I was trying to decide if I wanted to intimidate him or use charisma on him. I think I'm going to use charisma.
Okay.
Just to, switch it up. My charisma's not very high, so let's see how this will go. 17. So I, with his yellow vest and his like little printout RightMart badge, I look at him and I'm like, wow, is that a real badge? It's so important to me that you care about what you're doing. It seems like you could show me all the things that you protect at RightMart.
The security guard looks a little flustered at this point. He's like, whoa, lady. He kind of looks at the ground. It's almost as if he doesn't really know how to talk to women. He's just this big, awkward guy. He's like, and as...
I was too charismatic. I should have been less charismatic.
As you finish talking, you can hear a yell from the front of the crowd, like the person at the very front entrance. People have started to come a little closer. You feel pushing coming up from behind you. And there's someone at the front of the crowd just yelling, hey! those people are in the store before everyone else. And everyone starts getting real riled up.
I'm gonna roll stealth and see if I can, carefully and quietly roll my way out of here again.
Okay, go for it.
Dirty 20.
That's a 20. Okay, so you successfully sneak your way through the crowd. I'm assuming you're heading towards the back entrance?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head in through the back entrance. As you're doing that, Josh, what you're seeing is a crowd of people just getting closer and closer to the glass. They're pressing on the glass. The security guard that's in the store is now making his way towards the front entrance as employees at RightMart are telling him, let him in! And he's scrambling, he's getting the keys, he's all nervous, he's like, oh crap, which key is it? And he just tries to go in. Suddenly you see glass starting to crack on the doors, and as he finally finds the right key and tries to insert it in, the doors fall down, and the crowd starts trampling over this man as they want all the sickest steals for all the sickest things at RightMart. And Kylie, you happen to just meet up with Josh and your parents in time to witness all of this happening. Congratulations.
Okay.
You must now survive the RightMart riots. Now allow me to explain how this next part is going to basically work. There's going to be 3 rounds of rolling for both of you, where you are going to have to make successful athletics checks to see if you can push your way through this crowd of people trying to trample all over you while they look like they all have bloodlust in their eyes. Or you can start making perception checks to try and find exits as well. While that's going on, Kylie, your mom, your dad, Corey, Claire, and Elise will all be making rolls as well to see if they can survive through the crowd. Don't worry though, I have it set up for them all to play to their individual strengths.
Oh, no.
So we're going to be going through 3 rounds of rolls. We'll start, Kylie, with you, then Josh,
Okay.
and then I will be rolling for your family.
The first thing I'm gonna do, because I don't see RightMart as a big deal, my character wouldn't see it as a big deal, I'm gonna roll a perception roll to see if I can figure out a way to get us out of here. So that's
All
a
right.
16.
Alright, so you can see a clearly marked exit. It's a fire exit towards the side of the building. To put you in perspective of where you're at the center of the store. The exit that you have found is directly to your left and about 50 feet away. So
it'd be like
you
a
have
move
to,
and a half.
basically. It'd be
Okay.
a move and a half to try and get there. But you'd also have to make your way through the crowds in order to get there, because at this point, there's just a sea of people all throughout every inch of the store, looking like they're ready to bash someone's head in order to get, their hands on the next cool item.
Is exiting the way we came an option?
Yes, that would be an option. Again, you still have to make your way through the crowds.
Okay.
Okay, so that was your turn, Josh.
Well, as a free turn, if that's all right, I'm gonna yell at Kylie while this chaos is going on. Hey, you see any avenues to exit out of this situation?
Look directly left. There's a door.
And Josh, because Kylie already did the success roll, now you can see the clearly marked fire exit.
Oh,
or emergency
fantastic.
exit. Okay, so go ahead and make your athletics check real quick.
Okay, all right, that is a 17.
All right, so you're fine. You don't get pushed down by anyone in the crowd yet. All right, next we have your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's getting trampled. You got
What?
4.
Can I wait? I want to see if I have an action where I can jump in and try to help him. Let's see.
Okay.
Well, I have healing word, so that will be helpful.
Your mom also gets pushed down by someone. They have fallen to the ground. Corey is doing great. She just got a
Not
nat
surprised.
20. She's pushing other people down to the ground with the utmost force and strength. Someone tries to run up to her and she just sticks out her chest and they fall to the ground. They can't even move her. She is the immovable object. Claire's turn. Claire has her wits about her and her charm. And she's like, excuse me, please don't get near me. I'm scared. Please go around me. And luckily it's a bunch of older men who happen to look at her. They all carefully try and maneuver around Claire out of sympathy for her, and also because they are enamored with her at this point. And finally, we have Elise. Elise, who was able to easily perceive a crowd and get a sense for what's going on, has successfully kept herself from being, knocked over at this point. So she's still good.
I would like to go protect my dad. Joshua, if you want to protect my mom.
Make an athletics check since you're going to try and help your dad up while a crowd is coming at you. I'm going to say that you have to roll with disadvantage because you're trying to do two things at once. Or you can abandon your dad.
Okay, well, my other roll was a 21. So the 14 is my lowest.
So 14, you successfully pull your dad up. Your dad's like, where's the Nexabite? Where's the Nexabite?
Dad, I promise I will go back and get it for you. Please, let's just exit the building.
80% off, Kylie. 80% off. That's unheard of.
Dad, I will go and get it for you.
And I'm gonna step in and help Tracy.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll athletics with disadvantage since you're trying to help her up while managing the crowd as well.
Okay. That is a 13 and a 17. So 13.
All right. You successfully pull Tracy up too. And the crowd is just kind of like, they're just coming around you. No one's hurting you at this point. You're getting lucky. All right. So Tracy looks at you and says, Josh, thank you so much. You're such a dear. Kylie, your dad is rolling. He succeeds. He's fine. He's making his way.
Okay. Amazing.
To the Nexabite computer.
Oh my gosh.
Your mom is fine too. She's trying to make her way towards Corey. Oh my gosh. Corey got trampled down. Someone's rammed into her shin with a shopping cart unexpectedly. And she is down. Claire is still charming everyone. And finally, Elise. Elise is also just blending in with the crowd, making sure that she is untouched, getting to where she needs to be in order to be safe. The rest of your sisters are all within earshot of you if you want to give them there to go.
First thing I'm gonna do is I am going to yell to our family. Be like, Sullivan family, listen up! We are going to the exit directly on the left. If you do not go there, we will be leaving without you. So I then will run to Corey as my action.
Make your athletics check. Are you trying to pull her up?
That's a 23.
Okay, so you pull Corey up. She's good now. You're fine. Josh, your turn. This is the final round of surviving through the stampede of people.
All right. Let's see what.
I did abandon my dad. I hope he doesn't go buy that stupid FIFA thing.
Kylie, 80% off?
I got a 12.
You got a 12?
Oh no.
All right. So Josh, you barely succeed on, keeping your stance about you. You don't really have the opportunity to move because it's taking you so much effort just not to get trampled over right now. And then finally, because Kylie yelled out and gave directions, every one of the family members is going to start heading towards that exit. So first is your dad. Your dad is down. He got rammed by someone. He was about to reach for that by computer. He was going to grab the last one. And then a linebacker came in and shoved him with his shoulder and went, no, that's my computer. I need it for my paper.
Okay.
Your dad is down. Your mom is down. Another mom happened to ram into her with a shopping cart.
This is not going well.
Then we have Corey, who is also down. Okay. Corey's down. Claire is doing great. She has now amassed a group of followers.
Is it possible to yell at Claire as like a bonus and be like, tell them to pick up Corey or dad or mom. Tell them to go pick up somebody and bring them to the exit.
Claire agrees, and she asks the guys politely, excuse me, would you guys mind helping my family? And they're like, yes, please, for you, anything. Oh my gosh. Wow, you're amazing. I love your blog. I follow your blog. It's crazy. They recognize her for her blog.
Okay.
And
nice.
these sycophants start rushing towards your family to go help them out. And finally we have Elise, who is also down. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and she has now fallen down. At this point, the crowd has kind of calmed down. There's still a bunch of people, but then out of nowhere, you hear a gunshot fire into the air as Officer Newland has discharged his weapon and has successfully intimidated everyone into stopping where they are as he yells, "All right, everyone calm down! Calm down!" So the crowd stops, and you can see, as everything is paused now, just blood and people on the ground everywhere. People are down in the fetal position in pain, and Officer Newland looks around at the crowd and goes, "I am disappointed in everyone here. How could you? And on Thanksgiving, the most cherished of days, not just for America, but for us here in Plymouth as well. Our founders would not be pleased with what is going on here today. Are you all proud of yourselves?" As he speaks to the crowd, and everyone kind of has this guilty look on their face. Like, no. Officer Newland calls in for medics to arrive on the scene, and as he's finishing his call, you hear someone scream out, and this loud shriek fills the entire store.
Oh no.
And immediately grabs your attention. Your choice. Do you want to go investigate the scream, or what is it you're looking to do right now? Now that everyone is calmed down.
How close are we to the officer? And to the scream? I would probably need a roll to see how close I am to the scream. But how close am I to the officer?
You can clearly see the officer. He is at the front entrance, which would be about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. How close are we all to the exit at this point?
You'd be about 20 feet away from the fire exit like you were originally planning. But at this point, because of all the blood and things going on, it's officially a crime scene. So you're going to need some extra stealth to try and get out of there.
With my family, I kind of just beckon us to leave at this point. At least that's my decision. So I'm going to leave it up to Joshua for what he wants to do.
So if you're going to look for your family, since some of them were trampled down, you're going to need to roll for investigation to see if you can find them.
That's a 16.
Okay. So you can make out that Claire and Elise and your mom you can clearly see them.
Okay.
But you can't seem to see your dad or Corey.
Is that insinuating that they're on the ground somewhere?
You're going to have to find out.
Elise, Claire, and my mom, I encourage them to leave through the fire exit, and I'm going to stay and try to find my dad and Corey.
Okay. I'm going to have to ask you to persuade your mom to try and disobey the rules of an officer who is trying to keep everyone there, since this is a crime scene at this point. With people get hurt.
I rolled a 14 and I say, "Mom, look at me. Whatever is about to happen now after this riot, you guys were not a part of. You guys came in here too early. You were not a part of the violence. You need to leave. I will pick up Dad and Corey and I will take them home with Joshua."
So your mom looks at you and goes, "Kylie, the officer has clearly stated that we should not leave this crime scene. I'm sure he wants every piece of information as much as possible from every witness. It is our duty right now to stay here. Otherwise, we could draw suspicion on ourselves for some of the horrific incidents that have occurred here today."
I mean, so she's just disagreeing. Are any of the other girls agreeing with me?
They can hear you as well. They're all within earshot of you, but ultimately Tracy's the one who's going to be driving the car, so they're not leaving unless she's leaving.
Okay, cool. So that roll was for nothing. Okay, cool. No worries.
Okay. So, Josh, did you want to roll for investigation to check out the screen from earlier?
No, so I have a healer's kit, and I'm using that on anyone who is currently unconscious on the ground. A healer's kit has 10 uses, so I'm using that on anybody that's down right now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Not to see whether or not you succeed, but to help determine just how useful this might be for you. This charity you're giving.
Okay, so that's a 14.
14. Okay. So with a 14, you go up to the nearest stranger, and it happens to be this grizzled-looking father figure who he's got a RightMart employee uniform on, and he looks at you, and he tells you, "Thank you so much. Oh my gosh."
So I'm not going to focus on him because he's conscious. I'm going to focus on anyone unconscious because that's what this healer's kit is for.
As you start to notice that he's conscious, you completely dismiss him then. You go, oh, no, never mind, not you.
I need to help the people who are down.
There is a woman who is down right next to him. And he looks at you and he goes, oh, thank you. I can see that you know how to prioritize victims well. That's my wife. Thank you so much. The same exact thing. Stupid Thomas Wright did the same exact thing last year. I can't believe this man. He's so obsessed with just the almighty dollar, and he's the greediest man in town. I hope he gets what's coming to him. And you start bandaging up his bloodied wife, who has a bleeding head injury and is completely knocked out. So at this point, Kylie, do you want to make any other move while Josh is healing?
While Joshua is healing, again, I'd like to find my dad or my sister, especially if I can verify that they're alive. That would be key.
All right. Roll for investigation.
Okay. That's a 25. That's a nat 20 with my +5 modifier.
Okay. So with a 25, you just happen to go near the screen, and you see a woman who looks like she's completely in distress, and next to her is this man who is lying on the ground, and blood is just pouring off of him. You look closely, the blood that's coming out of him it's all coming out of his neck. And also next to the man who's bleeding, luckily you can tell it's not your dad. It's not your dad.
Okay. That's good to know.
But you happen to notice one key detail, and that is right next to this man who is clearly dying is a Washington Huskies cap, and your father is nowhere to be seen.
So it's not my dad, but my dad left his hat there.
The hat that you know he would never leave behind on purpose. Officer Newland, and you're within earshot of their conversation, and you can hear him, this new officer. Well, this officer, and you can tell he's new because Officer Newland says, "Deputy, what did you hear?" And he goes, "Well, this woman tells me that apparently she saw some guy in a John Carver mask, just come up and slice this guy's neck open with a butcher knife. Well, amidst all the commotion that was going on, all the chaos of the crowd, and he apparently abducted a few people." As he's explaining the whole situation about how several people were abducted, including Thomas Wright, owner of the store, and two unknown individuals. One, a girl with a very athletic build, looks like she's in about her mid-20s, and a tall man he basically has this stubble about him and has a very skinny, lanky look about him.
Can I roll perception to see if, based on the description, if I can tell if that's my dad and my sister?
You can ask this officer more details if you want. Roll for persuasion, because you kind of have to persuade him, to want to actually talk to you.
I rolled a 9, and I say, "Officer, I'm really worried about my family. Is there anything that you can tell me about the people who this John Carver masked criminal took away?"
Officer Newland turns around and goes, "Our new deputy here has to give us a full report of what's going on."
"I understand, officer, that you're doing your job, but if I could just go make sure my dad is okay. I'm really worried about him. He's got failing health, and I'm not sure that he's gonna make it. This has caused a lot of stress for him and anxiety, and I really..."
Whoa, miss, calm down, okay? Calm down. Look, we're taking inventory. We're taking an inventory of everyone here. I'm sure we're going to find your father. Can you explain to me, what does he look like? How would you describe him?
He's a tall, lean man, a little over 6 foot, with dark hair and a little bit of stubble.
Tall, lean man, you say?
And my sister is a very athletic build in her mid-20s.
Mid-20s, you say? We don't have a lot of mid-20s around here. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Give me a minute. We're gonna look around. He comes back, and this time he has another person with him with a big, large pad of paper. You can tell that this guy's probably a sketch artist. In fact, he tells you, "Hey, this is our sketch artist over here. Now, you said your father was tall and lean, and he's got some stubble about him. Well, I was asking this woman what she saw earlier. Well, let me ask you, does this look like your father?" And the sketch artist turns the pad of paper around, and there's just this perfect etching of your dad.
Yep, that's my dad.
And man, does he look distinguished.
Yes, refined, distinguished. I would like to find him now, please.
All right, well, it looks like your father was abducted, and I'm assuming, based off of that information and description you gave me, and he kind of signals to the sketch artist. The sketch artist flips the paper. Is this your sister? And
yes, sir.
There's
That's
just this...
my sister.
Perfect. Well, it looks like they were abducted. We're going to be on the lookout. I got every officer right now scanning the town for this person that has abducted these people, including our town patron, Thomas Wright. We are going to find these people, and we are going to save them.
Okay.
So now you know that your father and your sister are missing.
Yes, I would like the rest of my family to leave the building.
Now that you know what happened to your father and your sister, you know that he and she were abducted by a man in a John Carver the Pilgrim mask and a pilgrim outfit.
So I'm a little out of the loop because I've been, focusing on the victims. I look up and I'm like, Kylie, where is everyone?
So as we're escorting my family to the door with Joshua, I quietly fill him in on the side of like, let's not freak out my mom yet, but my dad and my sister are gone. They've been taken by this pilgrim man, and we need to find him before the cops do, because the cops don't have the training that we do.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us on this Part 1 RPG of Thanksgiving 2023. Will Agent Kylie and Joshua be able to find her dad and sister? Tune in 2 weeks to find out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.